Everyone has a unique gift, and Mike, the creator of the 1NELife podcast, believes most people don't know how to use their gifts or what they are. Mike wants you to see things from a different perspective and be true to yourself. The 1NELife podcast, it inspires, motivates, and creates positive energy, love, and compassion to all communities. We only have one life to live. Be yourself and live your truth. Add the 1NELife podcast to your playlist. That's the number 1NELife. Available on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, and your favorite podcast platform.
What's up? What's up, y'all? Welcome to the 1NELife podcast. I am Mike M.C. Reed, and here we talk about positive psychology while taking care of our well-being and telling your story, because everyone has an amazing story. And we are back with Haley Payne.
We're back.
Of Desert Beauty Company, or yes. Desert Beauty Co. What do you prefer?
Co. I like Co.
I like Co too.
It's cute.
It's cute. Okay. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Great.
Yeah.
I saw you was at the Dodger game yesterday.
I was at the Dodger game.
I know, because so we've been watching the game, and I went on Instagram. I was like, Haley at the game.
And they played like garbage.
They did.
They really did. And after the first pitch, I was like, yank 'em. What are we doing?
Right. I said that.
Number one, home run. Number two, home run. They kept him in.
I know. I was like,
No
what are they doing?
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. I was like, what are they doing? And all the mistakes they made, all the wild pitches. And I'm like,
let me tell you,
guys.
The energy, it was tense.
Was it?
It was tense.
That's crazy.
But, I had a good time.
I mean, it's always a good time, like when you're there.
Yeah.
But how you think they're going to do? Going back, back in Toronto tomorrow.
I thought they were going to win yesterday.
I thought they would too.
The weather was perfect. It was perfect home run weather. They couldn't even get a hold.
She said perfect home run weather.
It was. They couldn't get a hold of anything.
Even, what's his name? Otani. Like, I was just like, gosh. Dude, like, what is wrong with you?
But he is such a cutie patootie.
Well, I don't know about that.
He is. He's just so precious.
He'd be over here flirting with Otani.
He's just so cute. And the fans love him. He's a fan fave.
Well, I mean, because he is an amazing guy, right? He's breaking all these records. He's doing all these incredible things. Yeah. But I wish he would have done them in the last two games.
Yeah, but I will say he had the best tenacity at the plate, in my opinion, because he swung his whole helmet off. No one else was trying. They were just take the first pitch, no swings.
Well, yeah.
I've been a baseball mom for a long time. My son, my oldest, he played for 10 years. Right. Yep. So I've watched a lot of games, and I have some opinions. I'm not a professional coach, but I've seen a lot of baseball.
What do you think they need to work on?
I think they need to work on swinging their bats.
Swinging.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I think I even said that when I think it was like the third inning or the fourth inning, I was like, Toronto is like taking all these chances. Like they're being aggressive with it.
World Series.
Right. They was being aggressive with every pitch, and that's why they was getting hits. But the Dodgers, they went. Dodgers, and the commentator kept saying, "Oh yeah, the Dodgers, they take their time, their patience with everything."
It's not the time for that.
Yeah. Dude, no. There might not be a tomorrow. Like, what are you waiting for?
Yeah. And maybe it's a strategy because they were already tied, so they were being a little bit more disciplined at the plate. Mm-hmm. But that's, in my opinion, not the time. I don't know, though,
because now you're going, and okay, granted, you did win one game there. So we know you can win off on the road. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, cool. Yep. But you're down, like, they just need one. You need two. Yep. And they're at home. So I'm like, I don't know.
But I think this ties really well into our conversation today, because I was at the field yesterday just judging everybody.
Wow. Judging
their swings, the pitching. And like I said, I'm not a professional, but I got some opinions.
Okay. So before we go into that, I have a question for you.
Okay.
So on this picture behind us, on our beautiful background right here.
Yes.
If you had a choice in life, what path would you choose, the left or the right?
I would take the right.
Why?
I can see the path better. That's why.
Interesting.
How about you?
So I said I would choose the right because it says it's your story and I'm creating my own story.
I like that.
Cindy chose the left.
Why?
Because she said you don't know what's coming around that corner.
Right. That's why I was like, not that one.
She's like, no, I don't want to know what's going around that corner. Yeah. I want to see my path.
Yeah, I need just to see a little bit further.
Yeah, okay. So, okay, that's interesting. So with that, talking about judgment and talking about this show that we're talking about now, curiosity over judgment, right?
Yes.
Before we judge, what if we just got curious?
What if?
So even with that path, right? Mm-hmm. Like, instead of judging what's around that corner, why aren't you curious?
I have an answer for that, a personal response.
Let's hear it.
I think it's fear. And that is where judgment comes from a lot of times is
Right.
it's fear-based
Mm-hmm.
and it's for protection.
Yeah.
So I think it's a defense mechanism that's built into us. It's survival
Mm-hmm.
to be judging. And I think that goes all the way back to the beginning of time
Right.
when you really had to make quick decisions to survive.
Right.
And that's just in our DNA.
Right. So that's a good point, because my next question was going to be, when was the last time you realized you judged too quickly, whether it's a personal experience or someone?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so for me, last time I think I judged was myself.
You judged yourself?
I judged myself. And it was doing this show. Like when I first started it 3-4 years ago. I've been in entertainment all my life, but I've always been behind the scenes because I never liked how my voice sounded. And I never liked how I looked on camera. Plus,
what are you talking about?
Plus, I didn't think anyone would want to hear what I had to say. So I did. I judged myself. But then, look at me now, 4 years later. People love hearing my stories. And it was me just being curious. Like, okay, I'm going to do a show. I'm going to see. I'm just curious to hear the feedback. So when I actually did my first pilot show, it was just pure curiosity. I was just really curious on what type of feedback I was going to get back. Mm-hmm. And it was all positive. And I was like, wow.
I love that. That's so inspiring.
No, and people was like, why haven't you been doing this? Like, so my 35-year career of entertainment, I've never been in front of the camera or the microphone.
I'm so glad that you took that leap.
No, I know. So now it's in my head like, well, dang, what if 20 years ago I would have done this 20 years ago? Like, where would I be right now? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, but what about you? Like, when was the last time you ever judged or any like experience or anybody or just someone?
I find that I'm judging all the time.
Are you?
Yeah, I think it's a knee-jerk reaction, but I'm very aware of it, so I don't project that out. I do catch myself, and I try to start being more curious and to ask questions. But just as a general statement, where I'm judging the most, and I think most people do, is on the road, driving.
Oh,
I think that we're very quick to anger. Like if somebody cuts you off, you just assume like that person is such a jerk. Why would they do that to me? And you're just putting out this judgment to someone you don't even know. Maybe their kid is going to throw up in the back seat. I don't know.
You know what's funny about that is I used to be an angry driver. Mm-hmm. I used to have road rage a lot, right? But then one day it dawned on me, like, if someone does cut you off, right? How you know that person is not going to the emergency? If his wife just went to the hospital, if she was in a bad accident,
going into labor,
something, you don't know where they're in a rush to.
Yep.
Now, granted, there are assholes out there. We know this.
Yes.
But in the moment, we don't know that. We don't know why they're doing that. Mm-hmm. So I really started thinking, like, you know what? I'm gonna stop doing that.
How do you do that?
How?
Yeah.
Meditation helped me. Meditation really helped me learn not to react and to process the moment first and then like, okay, like think about it. Mm-hmm. I just don't just quickly react. Yep. Like you said, sometimes it's just a knee jerk. And I do sometimes. I mean, not all the time. I don't do that bad. Like Miss Cindy was just talking about this like last week, I think, because somebody did something. But I typically don't do what I used to do like 10 years ago.
Yes.
Like I got mad at somebody like a couple of weeks ago because they pulled up on us and the dude just stared at me.
See?
And I was just like, what? Like, why are you staring at me? Mm-hmm. She was like, calm down. Like, I was like, no, he just pulled up and they started staring. I'm like, why are you staring? Like, but I mean, I could have let it go.
Right.
But I was just like.
It is a practice.
It is.
With anything. And I like that you said that you don't react right away. You just take like a second to pause. Yeah. And I think that's one of the easiest ways to start to get curious. Mm-hmm. Don't let your reaction take over your emotion or your feelings take over. You can use that as a tool to say, oh, I feel something here. I'm going to ask a question instead of getting upset.
Right. So that goes to like, why do we judge? And you kind of brought it up to like ego, fear, insecurity, protection, right? I think like for me, it was more of I think ego and insecurity.
That's a big one for a lot of people.
The way I grew up, right? I grew up in Inglewood. I grew up in the hood, right? Not a lot. You know, I was homeless at 14, on my own at 14. So I didn't have a lot. So a lot of times when people, like the guy that put up on me and it was just staring. So back then, it's like, I know I didn't have a lot. I knew I probably wasn't dressing well. And they probably just looked at me like, oh, look at this thug walking the street, whatever. Like they judged me.
Right.
And I know myself, but I used to get that a lot. Like people always just stare at me. And I'd be like, what the fuck are you staring at? Like, you know, so, but it was my insecurity.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think that, like, didn't stop to think, like, maybe it's their insecurity.
For sure.
Maybe they're jealous of how I looked or how I was walking or whatever the case may be. But now I think about it. Now I try not to judge too quickly. But for me, it was mostly like, you know, fear and insecurity.
I can see that. And that reminds me, a long time ago, I was having a conversation with a friend and she was kind of saying the same thing. She's like, everywhere I go, people are just giving me dirty looks and everyone's staring at me. And I was like, that's because you're so beautiful. And honestly, that's what I think. And she had never thought that because she had insecurity.
Right.
And she assumed that people were judging her because of her clothes, because of whatever. And I was like, no, girl, like you're so gorgeous. And they are looking at you because they think you're so pretty. And that changed her mindset.
Right. And now that you have this whole new generation, right, on, you know, the face-to-face versus the online, right? So you have the culture, the assumptions, the images, this whole fake persona. Like you see all this social media stuff and it's not real. So people are more judgmental now.
It's very superficial.
It's superficial.
Super superficial.
It is. So, I mean, even like when I'm on social media, I'm on social media because I have to, right? Because I have the show. But my social media, like if you go on my feed, all you see is positive stuff. Like even when I'm scrolling, like I don't get a lot of stuff unless something catches me. And I think like a few months ago, I don't know how I did it. I accidentally clicked on this foot fungus thing. All of a sudden I was getting all this foot fungus.
You're like, I don't have it. It
like
was an accident.
Foot fungus things on my feed. And I was like, so I quickly, but I know how the algorithm works. So I just quickly start typing in all kind of like positive stuff. So that's how you correct your feed. But I don't look at other people's stuff. What's crazy is people always ask me, do I listen to other podcasts? And it's like I don't. Because I don't want to, like I want my show to be just my show. My thoughts, just me. Yep. So I know about other people's podcasts and I might catch like a snippet of something just because of the conversation or the topic. But I don't sit there and watch anyone's whole show. I don't even watch my whole show no more. Because I don't want to sit there and judge myself.
There you go.
I don't want to sit there and be like, dang, I should have did this. I should have said that. I should have been sitting this way. Or I start to getting in my head. And so I don't.
And that is a characteristic of being judgmental is shooting on yourself.
And that's a bad thing.
That's a bad thing to do.
It's a real bad thing.
That's one of my catchphrases is don't shit on yourself.
Don't shit on yourself. But I mean, I think we do that just by nature anyways.
Yes.
I think it's a gift and a curse, right? Because you can use it as a positive tool to make yourself better. But I think by nature we don't. That's a hard tool to use and do. Yeah,
I think so. You got to use it for the good.
Yeah,
use it for the positive.
But I haven't learned that part yet though. I sit there and I be like, dang, I don't like the way I look. I don't like how my hat was.
Critical.
I am, because I know, just because of the business I'm in now, like I know we all gonna be better and do better.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Like one of my things every day is to try to be better than I was yesterday. Like,
and then you can get curious about that, and you can
right.
say, how can I get better?
Right.
How can I make that change?
Right. So why we judge? The power of curiosity. Let's
Yep.
talk about that. What happens when you ask the question instead of making assumptions?
I think when you open up and you start asking people questions, you allow conversation to happen, and you build connectiveness with other people. And I think that's one thing that separates us, is that we don't have those conversations. So we all are living very separate lives. Social media promotes that. So we're all very like isolated and lonely together.
Right.
Because like you said, we don't have a lot of those face-to-face conversations anymore. And
Right.
I think a lot of people really do jump to judgment, jump to conclusions, and they're not pausing and taking a second to just ask a question. When's the last time that you were in, I'm sure you do this, but in the line at a grocery store and you just turn to the person behind you and start talking to them? Or if you're looking for something in the store and you see somebody in there, like, hey.
Actually, I'm a very shy person. I don't talk to nobody. I mean,
Actually,
Cindy, I don't talk to nobody.
I'm surprised to hear that.
Why?
Because you're so outgoing.
I know, and everybody say that. Like, so even like people used to always, like when I was single, people always say, go to the grocery store, talk to people at the grocery store, talk to people at church, do this and that. And they be like, you can talk on the microphone and on your shows. I'm like, yeah, but it's so different when you're like in a dating mode, I guess. Like,
Okay, well, not in a dating mode, just as in a curious mode. So this is a challenge for you.
It is.
Try it, because it's really fun. I like talking to people in the wild. I do it all the time.
so here's the thing. I'm a social butterfly, right? But I won't start the conversation. Like if we're at a bar or something and someone turns around and starts talking to me, I'll start talking, but I won't start it. But that's just me. Like, I'm always like, I don't know what you're going through. I don't know if you're in a bad mood.
That's okay.
And I don't want to bother you. I don't like bothering people. But if you want to talk, turn around and talk to me. I'll talk to you. But I don't want to bother
I feel
nobody.
like that's judging.
Is that judging?
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It is, because I am judging the situation. You're right.
What if that person at the bar that you think is having a bad day and doesn't want to be bothered is at the bar hoping that someone will start talking to them?
Look how you did that. I like how you did it. And I'm supposed to be that person that picks them up and gives them that inspiration.
You could be.
I could be.
Yeah.
I could be. I am an inspiring, motivational person.
You really are. And that's why it's so that's why it's so cool to ask questions, to start the conversation.
And you're right. I just don't. That is something I need to work on. But again, like I said, I'll talk to someone if they talk to me. I just don't bother people.
Bother them.
Bother them?
Yeah, they'll let you know.
What is this?
You catch a vibe. And sometimes it's like that. And then you can tell they were there to be alone. And that's fine too.
Yeah. And I mean, it goes into what we learned in our CAP class, right? Psychological safety.
Yep.
It's replacing blame with curiosity, right? Like if you see someone, like if people sense you're not trying to blame them for something, you blame you become the saber-toothed tiger, right? The alternative to judgment and blame is curiosity. So I do get that, I understand that. But also, I think there's still a flip side to that. Like, I give people their space.
That's okay. You can give them their space while having a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like I said, you catch a vibe. If it's not flowing, it's like when you get a massage, and if the massage therapist keeps talking and talking and you're not talking back, like you gotta catch that vibe.
Well, you gotta read the room.
You gotta read the room. Yes.
You gotta read the room.
You gotta read the room. And that's with everything.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think it's so fun to talk to people out in the wild, because there's a lot of loneliness out there.
And you're right. And I love talking to, I do love talking to people. But I guess for me, because I'm constantly talking to people all day at work. Like, I'm constantly talking kids, the other behavior team, my team. So every day is constant talk. I do the show.
Yep.
So like for me,
it's a lot of energy output.
It is. No, it really is. And even like sometimes like when we go places, like I love to be in a room and mingle and be the social butterfly. I really do. But there's sometimes where, I'm gonna give you a prime example. Remember how I said I usually go across the street to Lucky Luke. Shout out to Lucky Luke. Shout out to Sam.
Love Lucky Luke.
But before my show.
Yes.
So about 6 months ago, I was across the street and I was just chilling, and it was this substitute teacher that walked in. No, she was already there. Okay. She was already there at another booth. Okay. I walked in and sat at the bar, and she waved from across the room, and I was like, "Oh, hey," she came over and said, "Hey, do you remember me?" I didn't remember her, but I was just being polite and say, "Hey." She was like, "No, you remember me? I was a substitute teacher, and you came into my class to help me because the class, kids and substitute, they just route. So I had to go into her classroom one day and settle the kids down. And once she told me the story, I was like, "Oh yeah, I remember you, right?" It was like one day meeting, So anyways, I was like, "Hey, good seeing you," blah, blah, right? She went back to her seat, not knowing she went back to go get her food and her drinks. And she took that as an invitation to come sit next to me and talk to me, right? Mind you, the first time she came over, I could tell she was a little tipsy.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. And so I was just like, oh, my God, here she comes. And she sat down, and she started talking, and she started telling me how bad of a day she had. She just got fired.
Oh.
It's sad. I was being sympathetic. I had empathy for her. I was like, "Oh wow, sorry to hear that." But the conversation turned into a conversation that I did not want to have, because she started blaming everybody but herself about what had happened. And I don't like those conversations.
Yeah.
Like, if we can't sit here and have an honest conversation about what our faults are and take accountability for what we've done, then you're not ready to have a conversation with me.
Then you're just complaining.
Exactly. And that's all she was doing.
And sometimes that does happen. And in those situations, I would ask, are you looking for advice, or do you just need to vent?
Right. And I felt like she was venting, which I don't mind giving people. I tell people all the time, if you need a vent, call me. I'll let you vent. But at some point, the conversation has to turn to, okay, what's the solution now? Like, what are we doing?
Yep.
I don't want to vent to you every day. Or I don't want you to vent to me every day. But that conversation wasn't going nowhere near that. No. It was just venting. Mind you, I still had to come here and do a show. So think of the mood. Like, I try to go across the street, hang out,
right,
get in a good mood, to put myself in this space to where I can come do a show.
Yeah.
And here she is, and I'm just like, I don't even want to talk now.
You're like, well, I just did my podcast.
I came over here to do a show, and I had a guest that day. And it was funny because I told the guest, I was like, dude, you don't realize the conversation I said. I was like, I'm not in the mood right now. I was a little irritated. But I did the show anyways. Because we laughed about it. I just shook it off.
Yeah.
But that's why, sometimes I don't bother people. I don't want to be that person.
Okay. I see that you have some trauma there.
I do. It is. It's like, oh my God. Some people are just not ready to have a conversation. And I get that maybe they do need someone like us where we can navigate them and help them, right? But at the same time, they have to be willing to hear what I'm saying.
Yep.
And I tried with her. I did. I just didn't turn a blind eye. I saw what she was doing. I saw that she was only venting. And like I said, I'll let you vent for a while, but at some point, the conversation need to turn to, okay, what's the solution? What are we doing? I tried to turn those conversations, but she wasn't reading the room. She wasn't picking up on the social cues or nothing like that. She was just going. And I was like, okay, this needs to end.
It was the beers talking.
It was. I knew it was. And that's the thing about going to bars when people drinking. Yeah. They think drinking their sorrows away. It's hard.
It is. It's hard.
It's hard sometimes.
It's rough out there.
It's rough out there.
We're doing the best we can. And that's something to do with curiosity over judgment.
Right.
Is to think that people are just doing the best they can with what they have. And
I read that somewhere.
Did you?
I did.
I think we read it in the same place.
Yeah, it's the whole replace blame with curiosity. Knowing you don't have all the facts, and remember that generally people are doing the best they have with what they have.
And when I heard that for the first time, it kind of unlocked a door in my mind to think that. And not everybody can get with the program with that, because I've shared it with a lot of people. And one person that I shared it with was like, no, they're not. They're not doing as good as they can. And I'm like, that's not the point. The point is that in your mind, you think that they are. That way that you don't jump to that judgment.
And you know what? And it's because now that I'm in school dealing with these kids, I'm faced with that every day.
Yep.
Like I'm constantly facing with this scenario where even though part of me wants to judge, like a lot of these kids, but I always have to remind myself, and I remind my team this every day too, is like, you know, we don't know what went on at home last night. We don't know what's going on in that household. So let's not judge. Let's ask questions.
There it is.
I always ask, like for instance, I was talking to a kid the other day, and he just, every day it's just something with him. And I'm like, I don't never want to give up on any of the students, right? And I never will. I'll just keep coming up with something to try to help.
That's good. They need that.
Even if I'm being creative with it.
Yeah.
God knows I'm being creative in some days. Like I'm just pulling things out of nowhere. Like, okay, let's try this.
Good.
But like I asked this kid the other day, I said, you know what? I keep trying and trying with you. I said, what can I do to help you? Like, what do you need from me?
I love that. That's a great question.
No, right. What do you need from me?
Yep.
Like, how can I help you?
Yes.
Like, you tell me.
Help me help you.
Yeah. I was really having that heart-to-heart with him. Like, for real. Like, I done tried everything, dude. Like, what do you need from me?
Yeah.
And he was just like, I don't know. I said, cool. I said, that's fair.
Yep.
I said, let me know when you figure it out, because I've asked you this question before. I said, but I want you to go home and think about it. Yeah. And the next time we have a conversation, I need something from you.
That's good.
Because we have to figure this out.
Yep. And I think that's creating a boundary too. And like you were saying, you can't, and I'm the same way. I can't keep hearing someone complain about the same thing over and over. So you have to create that boundary to say, you can't keep coming to me with the same thing. Yeah.
Or it's always somebody else's fault. It's never your fault. Like you don't do nothing.
Right.
But yet you find yourself in my office every day. But it's never your fault.
Right.
It's like something, no.
Yeah. So I like that you propose that question to make him think about it. And then is he coming back as frequently with the problems, or are we still working that out?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
But even like what I told him, like, cause my room is a safe space. Like we have a safe space. My team and I, we're not disciplinary actions. We don't do any directives or anything like that. Like they come to us because they feel safe with us. So even like I told him, I was like, look, I'm glad you walked out of class and you came to us. Like you feel comfortable enough and safe to come to us. And you said you needed a break, because he came in, I was like, why are you in my room? He was like, I just need a break. Cool. Like it's steps to this. So I'm glad that you're doing that, opposed to walking around the campus, getting into trouble, doing something you're not supposed to be doing. You came to us like you're supposed to. You said you needed a break. So we are making progress.
That's great. Good.
But now let's, it is baby steps to this, especially with certain kids. Like it's really baby steps to like, okay, let's get down to what do we need to do?
You're building a foundation.
Yeah. And it's not going, I even get with some of the students, it's not going to be overnight thing. Like even last year, it took me to this year to finally build this good rapport with this one student. But last year, like she was just a hot mess. She wouldn't listen for nothing. But now she's listening a little bit.
Good.
So
yeah, and that comes with maturity too. Yeah, and you're planting those seeds.
And that's what it is, planting those seeds.
You're doing a great job.
Oh, thank you for saying that. But anyway, back to the power of curiosity. But I always try to ask the kids that though. Like, I'm always asking questions. Like, hey, what's going on?
That's
like,
great.
What are you doing? Like I just held a community circle earlier today with 5 kids about something that happened, and they just left the principal's office. So I didn't want to talk to them about what had happened. I want to know how they felt about what happened. Yeah. So it's like I'm constantly asking questions, like, how are you feeling right now?
That's great.
How did that make you feel? How do you think that made that person feel? So it's just getting about, not assuming that, they're did wrong. They wanted to do wrong. Like, I want to know, like, why?
Right. Good.
It's curiosity.
That's good.
Curiosity is what they say. Curiosity kills the cat. I still don't know what that means. Like,
I don't know.
I don't know where that phrase. You've heard of that phrase before?
I have, but I feel
That's
like
an old phrase. I don't know where it came from.
there is a second part to that phrase.
Oh, is it?
I think so. I don't know what it is, but I don't love it because I think it's great to be curious. And my sister, she heard me talking on the phone one time, and I was just, having a conversation, asking questions. She was like, "Haley, you are curious as a cat," and I love that. She was so impressed because I am like genuinely interested, and I want to know about your day and what happened, and tell me more about that.
Right, and curiosity. I think curiosity actually made me who I am. Like, for instance, I never went to school for anything that I do.
That's interesting.
Right. But it was my curiosity that made me jump on a computer to learn all this stuff. Mm-hmm. Right.
Yep.
So I love curiosity. Like, I'm always the person that has to know the why.
Me too.
I got friends that tell me you don't always need to know the why. No, yes, I do.
Yeah, we want to know
I
how
need
does
to
it
know
work?
the why.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know why you did it that. And I used to tell people all the time, like, if I ask you why did you do that? It's not being nosy or me just getting on you like, why did you? I want to know what in your brain, like how do your brain work? Because I need to know you. So if I can get to understand how your brain works and how you think, then it's a better relationship.
And that's a great tool in all kinds of situations, especially in the workplace, because you do have to work with people, the same people every day,
Right.
and trying to understand and get curious about how their brain works and how they process things is a great way to build that rapport and to have better communication.
Well, and this is why I think, and not to toot my own horn, but why I make a great leader. Like why I've always ran a good team.
Yep.
Is because I don't treat everybody on my team the same. Everybody's different.
Yep.
So I want to know how you operate. I want to know why you do the certain things so I can have that better relationship.
Right.
So I can call on you for certain things, knowing that, okay, well, you know what, this is not going to work for Helly. Let me go over here to Johnny.
Yep.
It's going to work better for Johnny because I know Johnny. You know what I'm saying? So that I treat everybody differently. When I first meet you, when you first join my team, I hang out with you. Not outside, sometimes outside of work, but
Just get to know them.
I get to know them. Yeah, I walk around with my team, and I just get to know them. I put them in certain situations to see how they're going to react to it, even though I already know the answers, but I want to see how they react to it. And to me, it's no right or wrong. That's just the way you handle things, and that's fine.
That's great.
Maybe I need that for another situation, but now I know who to call for certain situations.
I think that's a great mindset, and I think that if more people embrace that, especially in the workplace, there would be a lot less hostility.
Well, everybody's not leaders. Everybody,
not even to be a leader, but I think just not jumping to assumptions and to judgment with people in situations. I in my observation, it seems like a lot of people are very quick to anger, and taking a step to figure out how someone's mind works or why they would think that way is a way to alleviate that emotion.
Right. I think so. I was just having this conversation with Lisa, Lisa, about the whole leader thing. And my point to our conversation was, because she was saying everybody is a leader. I said, no, everyone can't be a leader.
Can they?
I believe it's a choice. Everyone can be a leader.
Okay.
If they choose to and do the work and all that. But I feel like people, they just don't want the responsibility. Like I have someone on my team who I think would make a great leader. But she's like, I don't want the job. She's like, all that stuff you got to deal with, decisions and paperwork and reports. And she's like, I don't want that.
No,
she don't want the responsibility.
It is a choice and it's a practice.
It's a huge responsibility. And so, like, she was saying, I don't want that responsibility. She's like, I see what you do. She's like, you make it look easy. You're good at it, but I don't want it.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah, and I'm cool with that because she comes to work every day and she does her job and she's amazing. So, yeah, I get that. That's what I'm saying. But I know she could if she wanted to. But it's a choice. People just choose not to.
That's okay.
It is okay.
And it's cool to plant that seed, too, because you never know down the road she might change her mind.
True, but she set boundaries, right?
Yep.
So even like, just to segue into our next thing, when does curiosity feel hard? Like balancing curiosity with boundaries. So like for her, that's a boundary she set. She don't want to be curious. She don't want to get involved or know the other half, the other side of it. You know, so she sets her boundaries.
And I wonder why that would be. Because I know one thing about having a curious mindset is a lot to do with confidence.
Yeah.
And like I said before, the judgment mindset has a lot to do with fear. And so I wonder if that's maybe what's holding her back from that, is not having the confidence to be the leader.
Well, yeah, it is fear. It is insecurity because of something, maybe some type of trauma. I can see that.
But it's like you said, people have to choose that path and
Right.
to do the work, and it's not for everybody.
Right, and they're doing it what's comfortable for them. Like it goes back to the psychological safety. What's comfortable for you?
For sure.
You got to be safe in your space. So everybody's not safe in that space. Everybody's not comfortable in that space. I'm real comfortable in that space.
Yes, you handle that really well.
I think I do. I think I do.
I agree.
How do you deal with being judged unfairly, choosing grace over ego?
I feel like I try to stay pretty even. I do feel like I get a lot of judgment my whole life. I've felt that because I am a very confident person. And as a woman, it doesn't come off well for a lot of people because they have insecurity. And so they perceive my confidence maybe as bitchiness or meanness, but I'm just confident. And I try to show people that through grace and kindness.
So back in the day, I got into it with a team of mine way back in the day because they said I had an ego. They said everything had to be my way, right? And I was just like, no. It's kind of like when you're with a group of people, right? And you guys leave one party, you guys are in the parking lot, and everybody's saying, okay, what's next? But no one's really saying what's next. They just saying, what's next, what's next, what's next? No one's really putting anything on the table, right? Kind of like if you had a board table, something goes wrong at work, whatever, okay, what's the solution? Like everybody knows the problem, but what's the solution?
Yep.
So with me, with this situation was there will always be a problem on the set or in production. No one will come up with a solution, whether it was fear-based or they wasn't secure with their answers or their solution, whatever. I was always confident in my answers and my solution because I can only go by what I know. Like, okay, I know how to handle this situation the way I know how, the way I see best fit, right? Not saying it's the right way or the wrong way. It's the only way I know how. So I'm confident in that. But they took it as Mike has an ego. Everything got to be his way. So if we're all at a table and I'm the only one that's putting something on the table, how is that my ego? No one else putting that on the table, right? So I was like, okay, well, cool. No one else putting on the weight. No one is putting anything on the table, so I'm going to do it my way.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Right. I didn't either. But people took that as
Right.
Mike was just cocky. He has an ego. Everything got to be his way. And I'm just thinking like, no, it's not my way. It's the only thing on the table.
Exactly. And that's what we were saying is that it's an insecurity of the other person.
Right.
And that's activating what you were saying, the ego and the things in the SCARF method that activate you. And those feelings are information.
Yes.
And then for that person that's being activated, you would want them to start to get curious and wonder, why is that making me feel that way? Why is that attacking my insecurity? Because he's confident.
Right.
And you can get curious about yourself too. And that's where we grow.
Right. And so, but I learned from that situation, right? Like, so now what I do with my team is, yes, I still come up with a lot of ideas and say, you know what, let's do this. But I'm still vocal about, hey, does anybody think this is better? Or how, like, I just asked a teammate last week about a situation. I said, hey, do you think, I said, what would you do different with this idea? Like I came up with a solution to something, but I didn't want to make him feel like he was felt left out. So I asked him, I said, what would you do different? Like, even if it's something small, like what would you change in this scenario?
Good.
And he was like, nothing, I think it's great. And I was like, that's not what I want to hear. Like, what, like, give me something.
Yeah.
Like, we had a conversation about it. And he actually came up with something. And I was like, perfect. And I went with it.
Great.
Like, so it's even me, again, asking questions. So it's not just my idea. But it was actually a great idea that he added to it.
Yes.
So it goes to even my point. Like, I'm not always perfect. I don't always know everything.
Mm-hmm.
But by me being curious on what he felt and what he was thinking,
yes,
made the situation even better.
Ta-da!
Ta-da.
Exactly.
You're hilarious. You're hilarious.
That's what we're talking about here.
No, I know, but it takes conversation and
Yes.
a lot. It takes time to even learn all this stuff.
It does.
I mean, we spent 9 months together in a course that we learned a lot of this stuff. And now we look at things differently.
Yep.
Right? And that's our curiosity.
Yes.
Like I think every scenario, right, whether it's our relationship, our jobs, anything, I think we apply it to everything in our lives right now. Because I definitely do. Everything that I've learned in the CAP class, I apply it to everything.
Literally, you can apply it every single day. One thing that I like to use a lot is when you're having a conversation with someone and you say, tell me more about that.
Yeah.
And that's nice. They said, I had a great day. Tell me more about that. And you pull a little bit more information out.
I want to agree with you on that.
But we're bothering people.
No, it's not that. It's just, I don't know. I guess, you know what, because earlier when we first started the show, and I thought about this throughout the week because we knew we was going to talk about this, right? I was like, when was the last time I actually judged someone? But now that we're talking, I don't really judge anyone per se, like anyone specific, but I do judge situations. Like I can walk into a room and because I feel energy and I can read a room and I can read a person's body language or their energy. And I'll be like, okay, I want to stay away from that person. I am judging, but is that a good judgment? Or is it me just not putting myself in a bad situation that I don't want to be in?
You'll never know if you don't ask questions.
True. I'm still working on it. I'm not perfect.
Yeah, no, none of us are.
But no, I think I do judge situations. Like, I really do. Like, even when we was walking into Lucky Luke's earlier, like, I scan the room and be like, okay, I'm going to sit over here. I'm not going to sit over there.
And that's what I'm saying about judgment is it's fear. Sometimes it's fear-based. It's protection. It's survival
protection.
mode.
Right. So I think I do it out of protection. Like, because I know myself. Like, again, I feel energy.
Yep.
Especially if I know I'm coming to do the show. I want good energy around me.
Yeah.
I don't want nobody to mess up my vibe.
Right.
So I'm protecting my energy. I'm protecting my space.
I like that.
And that's okay.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. And I think like before when I was saying that I'm judging, and that's the reason why is like it is that protection.
Yeah.
But I don't stay in it.
Right.
You know, I get curious and I want to and get to know people.
Yeah.
Ask them questions.
No, I get to know people. I want to know people. I mean, it's why I do what I do. That's why I love working at the schools. Love doing these shows. I love having conversations.
Getting the stories.
Yeah, I love people's stories. I just don't want to be in that drunken conversation I was
Exactly
before.
And the stories really connect us, and I like that, and it separates that boundary,
right?
So that we can be more of a collective community, right. And I think we really do need a lot more of that, especially in our community.
Right.
I can see an opportunity for that.
So, with that said, in our closing, a curious takeaway.
For me?
Yes.
I'm going to think about what you said about bothering people and having boundaries. Because I don't want to bother people either, but that's interesting to me. I'm going to think about that a little bit more when I'm engaging in conversations.
Okay. I think for me, I'm gonna ask more questions.
Ooh.
And actually, I'm actually glad we had this conversation because even though like we study positive psychology at work, I've taken a course, and it's an ongoing course that they make us take like once a month about restorative practices. And restorative practices is about like doing community circles and curiosity as well. So it has those two things. Restorative practices and positive psychology actually has a lot in common. My training manager actually was on the show, and we compared the two, and they really go hand in hand. So it is about asking questions, asking the right questions, like kind of what I do with the students. Asking the question, asking the whys, and getting deeper involved in that. And like I said earlier, I did a community circle today with 5 students, and afterwards, I caught myself and I said, you know what? I should have asked these questions. So it was like an afterthought. But I do want to ask more involved questions just to get to the root of situations.
That's good. And
I don't want to ask the generic questions.
Right.
Like I want to really ask like real meaningful questions that is going to help. And I think with that it's me tapping into how I treat people as an individual and not as a general student.
That's
if
important.
That makes sense.
No, it really does.
Yeah.
It's like you were saying before, when you're judging people, it's a situation. So now you're just, looking at the person, just the individual person.
Yeah. And I think I want to do that more and not just a general, a student, like an elementary kid. Like I want to personalize it more.
That training that you're doing, is that everybody's doing that at the school?
Yeah, it's mandatory to keep your job.
We love it.
They make you do a 30-minute course every month.
And they pick the course for you?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like
and it's paid. It's still paid. I like it because it keeps us fresh. And some of the things are repetitive, but again, it keeps it fresh in your mind. And I like it because with this job, I feel like these tools have to be fresh in your mind.
It really does.
So yeah, it's kind of like how we still use our stuff, right? So I think with this, because we use the tools every day, and it has to be fresh. Like you're caught in a situation, and you can't just stand there and look like you don't know what you're doing, because then the kid pick up on that. The kid be like, "Hey, dummy."
And
what are we doing?
They'll let you know.
Yeah, they would. They really would. They really would say that. Like, what are we doing here? Like, so
you're like, hold on, I'm buffering.
Right, you got to be sharp with it. Like, you got to know what you're talking about. So,
and it is important to practice that.
But it is. But just even for the kids' well-being and all that. So I like that they do it. So yeah, I'm learning a lot. But it's very similar to positive psychology.
I like that.
It's like I think positive psychology is taking care of your well-being before something happens, right? So positive psychology is before the act. Restorative practices is repairing harm, so it's after the fact. So that's why they work hand in hand. Like you practice the positive psychology part before you actually do anything to prevent anything. But if something does happen, now restorative practices kick in, and it's repairing the harm that you just did.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I like that.
But they have very similar tools, though.
It's full circle.
Yeah, it is definitely full circle. I love it.
And that just reminded me of another foundation of positive psychology, and it's just that other people matter.
Yes.
And
everybody matters.
Everybody matters.
Yes. So I love that. Closing statements. What's up next for you?
I actually am going to be starting a new job.
Oh.
Yeah. So I just accepted a job today.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Thanks.
Are you excited about it?
I'm curious about it.
You're curious about it?
Yeah, and I had a conversation with the company owner that I was talking to today, and he was saying that he likes to be really curious and try new things just to see if he can do it. And I said, same. And so I'm starting a new job. I've never worked in this industry before, and I'm going to train and learn, and I'm excited.
What industry is it? Or
I'm going to be an escrow agent.
Escrow agent?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Oh, that's big money. What you talking about?
So I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start the training, and I have no real estate experience, but I have the skills of marketing and talking to people.
I think you'll do great. Escrow is different than the real estate part of it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what I purchased 2 homes in my life, so I do know it's very tedious.
Same. I've bought a couple houses, and I said that's all I know about that.
Yeah, I know it's very tedious. I don't know what involves that they have to do, but I do know I don't care for it. I don't care for the ending part of escrow. Like the ending part, like you do, like in the beginning, you do the whole background check and you do all your, check boxes, whatever. I don't like the fact, I understand why they do it, but I don't like the fact that a minute before escrow closes, they do the whole checklist all over again.
Yep.
So if you purchase anything, if you did anything to your credit, they will pause that sale immediately.
Yes.
They run another check, credit check, everything. Like, I don't like that part.
Right.
Because it's like the whole time you're in escrow, you can't do nothing.
That's right.
Like, you really can't. You got to pay all your bills on time. You can't purchase anything because anything you do with your credit affects that sale.
Yep.
I mean, I understand it, but I don't really care for it.
I'm excited about it. And I'm going to be there to
Yeah.
help people and walk them through the process and give them a positive experience.
Did I have a positive? My first house, I had a positive experience. My second one, I didn't. I'm telling you, I didn't.
Well,
like
when
that.
you buy your third house, you work with me, and you're going to have a great experience.
Okay. Well, Cindy, you heard that. Because we're actually about to do something. So
Great.
we're going to probably talk.
All right. What's next for you? What are you doing?
What is next for me? Nothing.
Okay.
I don't have nothing big. I mean, I'm restarting the show. I'm glad you're jumping on board. We're going to have these conversations bi-weekly, hopefully.
Yes.
And I got another guy that's coming on to do another segment with me. So I guess that is big. So I'm flipping it up. So that is different for me, right?
Yep.
I'm not going to have regular guests every Friday like I used to. So it's going to be like you, and it's going to be my guy Trenton, and we're going to be having these conversations and, structured conversation now.
Yes.
It's not going to be free falling like I used to. So I'm changing the show up a little bit. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
I am excited about that.
I love that.
But that's what's big for me. I don't never think of myself as like anything I do. I don't think of it as big. Like, I don't give myself grace. I don't brag about things that I do.
Maybe you should start.
I know everybody keeps telling me that. Lisa's big on that.
Mm-hmm.
She keeps. Oh, you know what? I am excited about something. This is the thing. I don't get excited about things that I've done. So I still work with Lisa, right?
Yep.
I'm part of Action for Kids,
That's right.
our nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, we did a workshop. We just finished a workshop a few weeks ago, and we had like 8 kids do a PSA about bullying.
Okay.
And a friend of mine that I grew up with, he used to work for Nike, a bunch of shoe companies, but he retired at Nike, Air Jordan. Like, he was the designer. He used to run Air Jordan. So him and Jordan was close.
Cool.
Anyways, he went on to open up his own shoe company. Not shoe company, a shoe design company.
Okay.
Called Pensole. And now he actually opened up a college in Chicago.
Wow.
Yeah, like he went and bought
For design?
Yeah. The whole college is a big college
That's so cool.
Foot Locker, Adidas, and another company helped him buy the college.
Way.
And so
That's cool.
Before he opened up his shoe design school in Portland, right next to Nike, there was never a shoe design company, a school. No one ever know. Like, you wouldn't think of that, right?
Right.
Yeah, there was never a shoe design school. Like, Parsons is a fashion design school in New York. They got all these design schools for fashions, but they never had it for shoes.
Why not?
No one opened it up.
And now he's doing it.
So he opened up the first one. And this was like, I want to say 12, 15 years ago, he opened up the first one.
Yeah.
So now it's a big college of it now. But anyways, my story to that is he's doing a big speaking engagement with Adidas out here Saturday. And they chose 2 of the students that did the PSA for me to come speak at that event.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome.
No, it was. And I didn't know about it until, I guess I should read it. I get a ton of emails.
Yeah.
But Lisa and them just sent me an email about it. And I think my boy that I do my other show with, Friends of the Program Nest, I had his son do the workshop. And we're supposed to do his show this Saturday. And he was like, hey, I need to push my show back because Lil Ness got invited. He was like, thanks to you. He was like literally texting me. He was like,
cool.
hey, man, thanks to you and having him do this workshop, he got chosen to speak at the Adidas event.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, what are you talking about? Thanks to me. I'm like, what did I do? Mm-hmm. And so then I hit Lisa up and I was like, hey, do you know about this event? And then I saw it was like my boy and I was like, oh, I know him. Like, and then I hit him up. I was like, hey, because he lives in Chicago and Portland still.
And he's coming here?
Yeah. And I was like, hey, you going to be in LA? And he was like, yeah. He was like, I'm doing this event. And I was like, oh, you do know that the two kids y'all chose, like, it was like a whole thing. And I was like,
that's so cool.
So I was actually proud of that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the big thing for me. Like,
can we attend? Is it open to the public?
Yeah, anybody can attend. Yeah.
Where's it at?
Downtown LA.
Okay.
I have to send you. I'll send you a thing. Okay. But yes, Cindy's going. My couple of friends from work is going. It's an industry design thing, networking. There's a workshop for the kids from like noon to 4 or 5, and then from like 5 to 9 is like a reception.
That's really cool.
So yeah, we're going to the reception part of it. Yeah,
that's something to be proud of.
It is, and in the head I didn't even know nothing about it. That was crazy. And Lisa's like, we sent you the email.
You're like, I can't keep up.
I know, man. I do it so much, but that's what's big for me. I was actually proud of that.
That's awesome.
And glad I had a little part of it.
That's great.
So yeah, I was proud of that.
Your plants are blooming.
I know, but see, that's the thing. Like I don't like. I feel like, and I still feel like that to today. Like I don't feel like what I've done has made an impact yet. I know.
Embrace that.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
I'm working on it.
You're making a huge impact.
I know, and people keep telling me that, and I'm grateful for it, and I'm so happy that I am. But I just don't see it yet, because I guess my vision is so much bigger. Like I still feel like I have a lot to do to make some type of impact with the youth. So,
I think you're doing a great job. Give yourself some credit.
Okay, I will start doing that. But thank you again for joining us.
Thank you.
Let's talk more about curiosity. You guys stay tuned for Miss Haley Payne.
Yes.
Is your name? Did you change your name?
I had a rebrand.
Okay, I thought so. Because I was typing out your name. I was like, wait a minute. Because in my phone is something else.
Yes.
I was like,
no.
she's Payne now.
Yes, we do. Yeah,
it's not about rebranding. There's nothing wrong with rebranding.
No, I think it's great.
Yeah. So Miss Haley Payne.
I'm back to my essence.
Yes.
Yes.
Real quick.
Yes.
Desert Beauty Co.
Desert Beauty Co.
How's it going?
It's going great.
Going great?
Yeah, it's going great. I have some new items coming into the shop this week, so you can shop with us at Michael Anthony Spa and Salon, and I'll be posting the new items on Instagram also. But I have cute flannels coming, nice and warm for the winter. It's coming. Yep. Nice. Jewelry, have it on today.
Love your jewelry.
Yes.
Nice. Okay. Well, you guys check her out on IG. Is it just on IG or? I mean, I know it's in Michael's the salon, but
that's the only social that I have is on.
So that's what I meant. Like the only social. Okay.
Yep.
Well, check her out on social media, you guys. And until next time, we're out of here.
Yes.
Have an amazing weekend, and congratulations on your job. That's I'm so excited for you, actually.
Yeah, and it's cool because I can still do both.
Exactly.
We have multiple streams of income. That's what we're trying for.
That's the goal right there.
That's the goal.
Multiple streams.
Yes.
I'm trying to work on that.
Yes.
All right, we out of here, you guys.